What's good, YouTube? Jabbar back with Abdul Aesthetics, and I asked a question on Facebook a few days ago. Why do you think your forever relationship didn't work out? I got a lot of feedback, some positive, some negative. Some people actually still are in their forever relationship. And in this video, I'm gonna give insight on what you could learn from your failed relationships. But before we get into that video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I post videos multiple times a week. First and foremost, the goal that I set for the Why Relationships Fail in 2020 video was 15 likes and 150 views. That video right now, 18 likes and 293 views. 3 more likes past the goal and way more views than I thought the video was gonna get. So I truly appreciate all the people that took the time to watch it, who commented on it. A few people subscribed to the channel from that video, so that just lets me know that there needs to be more relationship-based content, because obviously people have a lot of questions. A lot of people who responded to, on a spectrum, there were far left responses and far right responses. What do I mean? There were comments along the lines of we're still in our forever relationship, and of course there were comments why they don't think it worked out. And one thing you can learn from a failed relationship, especially one that you thought was gonna last forever. Some people really do believe that every relationship that they get into is gonna be one that's gonna last forever. Most times it doesn't happen, because when you're young, you meet people, you get in a relationship, and then you grow into the person you're supposed to be, and the person that you were may have matched up with the person that they were, but when you become the person that you're supposed to be, you may not see eye to eye and you may have to separate. You may not be right for each other. But the number one thing you can learn from a failed relationship is figure out why that relationship failed. And do not, and I cannot stress this enough, do not take that into your next relationship. For example, a few people said, I'm too prideful. A few people said, I accepted toxic behavior. A few people said, we just weren't right for each other. When you figure out exactly what it is that caused the relationship to fail, and a lot of times it's gonna take a lot looking deep inside of you and figuring that out. You have to be honest with yourself, because if you're not honest with yourself, you're gonna repeat the same thing over and over again. And it may not be you doing anything in particular. It may be the other person and their energy and their vibe, and you just accept that because you don't want to be alone. Because at the end of the day, we all need our space, but nobody truly wants to be by themselves for too long. You go crazy that way. You always see all the movies and all the TV shows of there being the last woman on earth, the last man on earth. They always go crazy and start talking to the wall and like that. You have to figure out what it is about you, what it is about your past, what it is about your life experiences that made you the way you are and caused a certain shift in your relationship, that causes static in your relationship and causes you to act the way you act, or to accept the type of energy that you get from people, which in turn cause the relationships to fail. Because if you stay in a relationship long enough, I know a lot of people have a hard time leaving people who they love alone, because the more time you spend with people, whether it be sexual or platonic, the more time you spend with people, the more attached you become to them, the more you want to be around them. You know, you're gonna need your space, obviously, but you do want to be back around these people. That's why friends don't hang out every single day. They go days without hanging out, and then when they hang out, it's a big deal. Everybody's having fun, you know, drinking, partying, doing what they gotta do. But if you hung out with that person every single day, you'd eventually get tired of them. Same thing with relationships. You know, I think, me personally, I think a good part, or one thing that would really help relationships out, is if you take time to give each other a decent amount of space. Because if you don't give each other a decent amount of space, you're going to cause, it's kind of like suffocating, and nobody wants to be suffocated in a relationship. Nobody wants to be smothered. Nobody really likes a person that's too clingy. So you want to give people a decent amount of space. One girl brought up pride. Pride in a relationship will definitely cause it to fail, because when you feel as though you're too proud to do something, it's pride is a good thing and it's also a bad thing. I should know, I'm a Leo. Pride will definitely put you on the right track, but it's a double-edged sword. If you become too prideful, your pride can definitely put you in a position to where you're not reaping the benefits of what you need to reap. Case in point, if you're too proud in a relationship, you'll feel as though you can do everything by yourself. You feel as though you don't need help when you secretly do. You just have too much pride to admit that there's a form of weakness within you that requires an outside source to help you. And when a person sees that, over time, they're going to ask themselves questions along the lines of, why am I with this person if they can do everything by themselves? They don't need me. Communication, definitely something that needs to be addressed in every relationship. You need to be able to talk to your partner. You need to be able to express how you truly feel. And if that person cannot reciprocate that energy, there's going to be a glitch in the system. You're going to notice it, and it's going to cause a rift in your relationship. When you have someone who feels as though they don't need to express truly how they feel about something. Me personally, I use myself as an example. I don't like being left in the dark. I don't like not knowing what's going on, especially in my relationship. So lightning just flashed. If there's a problem, I want to know what's going on. I want to know, how can I fix this problem? If I caused this problem, and how can I go about changing this thing so this problem doesn't happen anymore? A lot of people don't get that concept. A lot of people go about their relationship as though, I don't have to talk to you if I don't want to. And that's true. You don't have to do what you don't want to do. But you have to understand, there is a certain level of respect and a certain level of communication that you need to give to your partner, because if you don't give it to your partner, why are you with them? It's like being in a relationship with a pillow. A pillow's not going to talk back to you. Just lay on it and you use it for what you need it for, and then you go about your business. That's not exciting. You could be in a situation to where this person is completely toxic. This person is a complete nut job. They didn't show you this in the beginning, but over time they peeled back the layers of who they truly are, and now this crazy animal is the person that you call your significant other. And when you get in a situation like that, especially if a few other things are going well, you start to overlook the bad things they do. And you don't want to do that. Much like I mentioned in my previous relationship video, you don't want to do that. You have to have a certain level of respect for yourself, because if you don't have respect for yourself, you're not going to put yourself in the greatest position to succeed in the relationship, if that makes sense. There are a lot of different ways that relationships can fail, and they're all unique to the individual. You just need to find out exactly what it was. Maybe you need to take some time away from relationships. Maybe you don't need to be in one, so you can heal yourself and fix yourself and come back stronger than ever. Test the dating pool and see what happens. Test the waters and see what happens. And once you figure all that out, make sure that you don't take it into your next relationship. Make sure that the person you were is gone. The new person that you are does not tolerate negative energy, values themselves very highly, and appreciates the person that they are with, as well as appreciates themselves, reciprocates as much positive energy as possible, and above all else, communicates with that person. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm not going to give this video a goal because the last video did so good. I'm just going to let the likes and views and subscribers come organically. But feel free to share this video with your friends. Feel free to like the video. Feel free to get in the comment section and tell me about times that your relationship didn't work out and you didn't know why, or you know why and you changed it and it made you a better person. Or just get in the comment section and just express how you feel about relationships as a whole. But all in all, man, I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and until next time, deuce.